Have you ever woken up in the dead of night only to find your cat sitting directly on your chest, staring straight into your eyes? Or maybe you've woken up with completely numb legs because your feline decided to lock you in place like a hostage in the dark. Most cat owners assume this behavior is just a matter of physical comfort or a quirky display of affection. They think, oh, the bed is soft, my blanket is warm, and my cat loves me. But in the wild, sleep is the most vulnerable state an animal can endure. Because cats operate as both predators to small rodents and prey to larger carnivores, closing their eyes is a massive biological risk. When your cat climbs onto your bed, they are executing an ancient, highly calculated evolutionary script to mitigate threats while they rest. By ignoring these sleep zones, owners overlook key indicators of a cat's internal stress levels and their true sense of security. Let's start at the very bottom of the bed, the foot of the mattress. Statistically, this is the most common spot for cats to sleep, serving as their baseline for physical defense. Behaviorists call this the guard post. By sleeping at the mattress edge, your cat maintains an unobstructed line of sight to the bedroom door, guaranteeing a clear escape route. If startled, they can bolt off the mattress instantly without getting tangled in your blankets or limbs. This geographical choice usually pairs with a specific physical stance, the classic bread loaf. Sitting upright with their tail wrapped and paws tucked away, the anatomical reality of the loaf is highly functional. With their paws folded under their center of gravity, their tendons and muscles are held under tension, acting like coiled springs. A loafing cat at the edge of the mattress stays in a state of high readiness, capable of launching forward without needing to adjust their body first. While the cat is acting as a self-appointed protector, this positioning suggests they are managing a level of environmental vigilance that prevents them from fully powering down their defenses. Moving up from the foot of the bed toward the middle and pillows, the dynamic shifts from geographical defense to physiological dependence. A major driver behind this shift is thermoregulation. Evolutionary biology tells us that domestic cats descended from the African wildcat, a desert dweller. Because of this ancestry, a cat's normal body temperature is much higher than a human's, averaging between 101 degrees Fahrenheit and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Maintaining that extreme heat during sleep requires a massive amount of metabolic energy. To conserve this energy, cats seek out external warmth, and your head and chest act as organic radiators. By pressing close to your body, they absorb your body heat, allowing their own metabolic engine to rest. Sleeping near your head also provides a chemical advantage. Your scalp and face are packed with sebaceous glands that secrete your unique pheromones. By sleeping on your pillow, your cat takes a scent bath in your identity, which chemically lowers their anxiety. Furthermore, this is where aloe rubbing comes into play. If your cat gently rubs their cheeks on your hair, they are placing their scent glands against you, marking you as their safe territory. It creates a collective safe colony scent. It is the ultimate claim of ownership. You don't own the bed, they own you, and the bed is just part of the package. This deep relaxation eventually leads to the opposite of the tense loaf, the physical surrender of the belly reveal. This is when your cat sleeps flat on their back, limbs splayed out with their soft belly completely exposed to the room. In the wild, this position is a biological death sentence. A cat's underside houses all their vital organs with absolutely no ribcage protection. Exposing the belly reveals a cat that has prioritized safety over defense, relying on your presence to guard their most vulnerable anatomy. It is the holy grail of feline trust. But be warned, the belly rub trap is real. That exposed tummy is a statement of trust, not an invitation for a massage. The hair follicles on a cat's belly, known as tylotric hairs, are hypersensitive to pressure. Touching them causes instant sensory overload, triggering an involuntary predatory reflex to grab and bite your arm. Enjoy the display of trust, but remember, look, but don't touch. Of course, this peaceful state of rest is often shattered by a chaotic, restless awakening exactly at 3 a.m. Many owners assume cats are nocturnal, but feline biology follows a different schedule. Cats are crepuscular. meaning their internal clock is tuned to the activity of their natural prey, making them most active and ready to hunt at dawn and dusk. That 3 a.m. surge is their primal hunting instinct kicking in. When they wake you up crying or pacing, most owners make a critical error. You get out of bed and pour food into a bowl to quiet them down. By doing this, you have passed their training test. You teach them that waking you up is the exact mechanism required to get a meal, which actively rewards and trains their nighttime hunting cycle. To get your sleep back, you must override this ancient biological clock before bedtime using a veterinary-approved play, feed, sleep protocol. The mandatory first step is to completely ignore them when they cry or scratch at the door in the middle of the night. Cutting off this positive reinforcement is essential. Until the food reward is eliminated, no biological reprogramming can take effect. Once that boundary is set, step 1 of the night reset is the physical exertion phase. This requires exactly 15 minutes of continuous, active play right before you turn out the lights. You need a tool that mimics the erratic movements of wild prey, like a feather wand or a laser pointer. Wiggling a toy with one hand while scrolling through your phone will fail. That level of low-energy distraction does not trigger the necessary physical output. You need them sprinting across the room, leaping upward, and climbing until they reach a slight visible panting. Pushing their body to peak fatigue replicates the end of a wild hunt, satisfying their deeply ingrained prey drive. You will know you've succeeded when they voluntarily lie down and stop tracking the toy. Step 2 is the feed phase. The second the play session ends, serve them their largest meal of the day. This must be a heavy, protein-dense serving of wet food. Dry kibble is often high in carbohydrates and lacks the hydration necessary for slow, heavy digestion. A meal of dense, high-moisture protein requires significant blood flow to the gut, signaling the rest of the body to power down. Finally, we reach the sleep phase. After finishing the food, your cat will naturally begin to groom themselves. This grooming behavior is a direct indicator that their parasympathetic nervous system has been activated. Their body is actively gearing down. Their blood pressure lowers, their heart rate drops, and they naturally slip into a deep, relaxed sleep. By sequencing intense exertion followed by heavy protein consumption, you align the cat's natural sleep state with your own schedule. However, you might execute this sequence flawlessly and still find your cat pacing the floor or crying in the dark. If these behavioral steps are perfectly applied and the sleep disruption continues, the root cause is likely a hidden medical issue. Conditions like joint arthritis, thyroid imbalances, or high blood pressure frequently cause nighttime restlessness in cats. If you suspect a health issue, head over to bdvets.com to book a virtual consultation with one of our registered DVMs. We can analyze your cat's specific environment, routine, and diet to help you get your bedroom back. Addressing the underlying biology, whether it stems from behavioral instincts or medical distress, is the only reliable way to guarantee a peaceful night for both of you. If this protocol helps you sleep, hit subscribe and tell us about your cat's sleep habits in the comments below.